So, hello. Here we are back with Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. I was streaming the other day, but the problem that I noticed when I rewatched the stream, when I put it into, well, I didn't rewatch the whole thing, but I rewatched parts of it. And I realized that the audio and video are kind of out of sync a little by a few seconds, which is kind of annoying. So this time round, I'm not going to stream live. I'm recording this, and I just hope that this is now going to work. So let's go to load game. We are still in this, what you call it, in this Rangers station. We've looked at the history of Moon Lake, I believe. Yeah, we have back park regulations, boating, leash laws, swimming, hiking, fishing. We looked at the boating one, didn't we? Yeah. So we don't really need that. Health and safety tips. Oh, well water, here we are. Moon Lake's too far from any major city for its residents to tap into a public water supply. Therefore, everyone living in the area must rely on private wells for the water. That's like Ireland. They use every day for drinking, cooking, and bathing. Nowadays, wells are located and constructed according to requirements set down by the state of Pennsylvania, but a well does not last forever. Sooner or later, wells begin to lose their ability to keep out contaminants. For this reason, a well should be inspected every few years and its water should be tested at least once a year. But then what happens if it is contaminated? Do I then just dig another well? What's the situation? Water can be contaminated by chemicals such as pesticides and fertilizers, by naturally occurring elements such as arsenic. Oh, and lead, woohoo! And by waste-borne microbes, which can cause such diseases as dysentery, hepatitis, giardiasis. See factoid on giardiasis. I'll pronounce it like this for now. I don't know what this is. Under health and safety tips. And cryptosporidiosis. Okay. Cryptosporidiosis is something that I am very familiar with because for the better part of 2 years, Galway's water supply, the city of Galway's water supply, was infected and completely contaminated by cryptosporidiosis. Once they got rid of this, they found E. coli, and once they got rid of this, they discovered that in Galway City, because of the old lead pipes that are still in place, many old houses have lead infected or infested water. So this went on for the better part of, I want to say, 3 years in total. And I moved away from Galway City out into the country, but I was told even that there were some houses where everything, the whole water supply was constantly being contaminated by those lead pipes, and it would have cost millions. It would have meant digging up the whole place in order to solve this issue. So I'm very familiar with this. Well water that is contaminated may look and smell fine. That was the problem, which is why testing is imperative and to ensure safety. On the other hand, well water that smells and tastes like rotten eggs may be perfectly safe. This unpleasant odor may come from the underground rocks surrounding the source of the well water, but more likely it is caused by bacteria which, though harmless, live in rapidly multiplying colonies in the well and emit hydrogen sulfide gas as part of their life cycle. Disinfecting the well with carefully calculated amounts of chlorine can reduce or eliminate foul odors by destroying the bacteria which create them. The Grimley County Extension Service has more information on shock chlorination. If your well is more than 20 years old, has not been used or tested for more than a year, or there is a sudden change in the quality of your water, immediately stop drinking the water and disconnect your plumbing system from the well. Then get a water testing kit from the friendly, ever helpful park ranger behind you. Take a sample from the well, see the factoid on priming a pump if your pump doesn't work, and send it to the address included in the kit. Oh, I like this bucolic music. I may have said that before. Priming a pump. Shallow well pumps, which can lift water a maximum of 25 feet at sea level, operate on the same principles as a drinking straw. The action of the pump sucks air out of the intake or drop pipe that extends down into the well. And when a partial vacuum is created, air pressure does the rest, pushing the water up the intake pipe and out the spout of the pump. When a pump seems to stop working, that is, when it fails to suck any water up and out the spout, no matter how much the handle is pumped, it probably needs to be primed. But to prime a pump, simply pour potable water into the top of it and pump the handle until water flows from the spout. What? It's a good idea to fill a container with water right away and keep it nearby so you'll have water the next time the pump needs priming. A pump needs to be primed because built into the pump is a cylinder through which runs a plunger. One end of the plunger is attached to the pump handle, the other end is attached to a valve which opens when the handle is raised and closes when the handle is pushed down. The sides of the valve, its leathers, must be wet in order to create enough of a seal with the edge of the cylinder to pull the air out of the intake pipe and allow air pressure to force water up the pipe into the cylinder and out the spout. The longer the pump goes without being used, the drier these leathers will become. Of course, in time, these valve or cup leathers will eventually wear out and have to be replaced anyway. Well water should be tested at least once a year, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll do that. Let's look at the hantavirus. That's something that my mum mentioned once. Though there are several types of hantaviruses, all of which are transmitted to people by rodents, mice and rats. Oh, we've got a mice infestation. The type which is of most concern is the one that can cause acute respiratory failure and death. This disease is called hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, or HPS. And the rodent most likely to transmit the disease is the deer mouse, not the dormouse, but the deer mouse. I like mice. A deer mouse is infected with the hantavirus. A deer mouse that has been infected with the hantavirus does not act or appear sick. The virus simply lives in its body, always present in its saliva, urine, and droppings. Once outside the mouse's body, the virus can exist for several days, waiting to infect another host. Infections occur when tiny particles of containing the virus are kicked up into the air, a process called aerosolization, and inhaled. The early symptoms of HPS can occur anywhere from 1 to 5 weeks after exposure to particles contaminated with the virus. Early symptoms always include fatigue, fever, and muscle aches, may include headaches, chills, and abdominal problems, but almost never include earache, sore throat, and rash. For 2 to 10 days after the early symptoms appear, the victim experiences coughing and severe shortness of breath as the lungs gradually fill with fluid. To avoid contracting HPS, people should always assume that any mouse-infested area has been contaminated with hantavirus and should either avoid these areas or take precautions when cleaning them. Never sweep an area that mice have inhabited, as sweeping would stir up the dust, which could then be inhaled. Instead, wearing a respiratory mask, we've got those, and rubber gloves as well. Remove dirt from the area with a damp towel, mop or sponge. Double bag the cleaning materials before disposing of them. Okay. Forest fire prevention, Lyme disease. Lyme disease, named after Lyme, Connecticut, where a cluster of arthritis cases in 1977 led to the identification of the disease, is an infection caused by a bacterium carried by deer ticks. The disease occurs mostly in the northeastern, mid-Atlantic, and upper north-central United States, which includes Pennsylvania. Each year, more than 16,000 people are infected in the United States. The spring and summer months, May through November, pose the greatest risk of infection. Deer ticks flourish in the wooded, brushy or grassy areas where the animals on which they feed, rodents, deer, and birds, are abundant. Much smaller than common dog and cattle ticks, deer ticks feed by inserting their mouths into the skin of the host animal and ingesting blood. This is a very slow process, which means that if a feeding deer tick is spotted and removed early enough, infection can be avoided. The early symptoms of Lyme disease include fever, fatigue, chills, headache, and muscle and joint aches. Most victims will also develop a distinctive rash that resembles a bull's eye. Once the bacteria have spread from the site of the tick bite, the infection can cause neurological abnormalities, arthritis, and even heart problems. Though rarely fatal, Lyme disease can cause its victims months, even years of suffering. The sooner the disease is diagnosed, the sooner antibiotics can be administered and the more likely the victim is to fully recover. But prevention is always the best policy. So whenever you're out enjoying the woods around Moon Lake, wear light-colored clothing. Oh, so you can see the ticks and knock them away before they can attach to your body skin. Yeah, makes sense. Always wear a long sleeve shirt and tuck the bottoms of your pants into your socks or boots. We have this too, where I grew up, in the south of Germany. We have this too. Um, uh, but well, we have ticks. I don't think that they carry Lyme disease, but they carry a meningoencephalitis causing, I believe, bacteria. Inspect your skin carefully after every outing, and if you find any ticks, remove them by grasping them with a pair of tweezers, then pulling with a firm, steady motion and washing the area with antiseptic. See your doctor immediately if you develop any symptoms of Lyme disease. Whoops. Giardiasis. Giardiasis, or beaver fever, is an illness caused by a parasite, Giardia, that lives in the intestines of people and animals. This one-celled microbe is protected by a hard outer shell and can survive outside its host for a long time, which is a major reason what is it called? Giardiasis is one of the most common waterborne diseases in the United States. When these hard-shelled cysts are expelled into the environment in the waste matter of infected animals or humans, they stay in the soil until they contaminate a food source and are accidentally ingested, or until they are carried into streams, rivers, lakes, or recreational bodies of water such as pools and hot tubs. Swimmers or campers who swallow water that contains even a few cysts can develop this illness. Because beavers tend to live near an outdoor water sources, their fecal matter was blamed for spreading the disease when it first gained notoriety, hence the name beaver fever. But any mammal, including people and their pets, I know this because my two cats had this when I first got them, can harbor the parasite and spread the disease. It was a mess, let me tell you. Symptoms usually occur 1 to 2 weeks after the parasite is ingested and include diarrhea, abdominal cramps, and stomach upset. Yes, I can vouch for that. In healthy people, these symptoms will usually disappear on their own after about a month. People whose immune systems are compromised should be treated with antiparasitic drugs, or the illness could become chronic. This illness is very contagious, but because the cysts must be swallowed in order for the parasite to invade the intestine, washing hands thoroughly with soap and water before eating and handling food and after using the toilet will go a long way in preventing infection. People suffering from this illness or its symptoms should avoid pools and hot tubs until they have been symptom-free for at least 2 weeks. Never drink untreated water from streams or lakes when hiking or camping, and always wash and/or peel raw fruits and vegetables that may have come in contact with contaminated soil or water. If you must use water that you suspect contains Giardia, heat the water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute or filter it using a filter that has been NSF rated or for cyst removal. Okay. Poisonous plants. 3 varieties of plants growing in Moon Lake State Park have the potential to make life miserable for 85% of its visitors. Poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac all produce an oil called urushi, urushiol, urushi, urushiol, which, when it comes into contact with the person's skin, can cause allergic dermatitis. This skin rash, characterized by redness, swelling, blisters, and itching, can vary from mild to quite severe, depending on a person's sensitivity, which tends to decline with age. Poison ivy and poison oak are characterized by leaves comprised of 3 leaflets. Just remember, leaflets of 3, let it be. I like that. Here at Moon Lake, poison ivy grows as a vine in wooded areas where poison oak grows as a low shrub. Poison sumac has leaves comprised of 7 to 13 leaflets and tends to grow as tall as a tall shrub or low tree in boggy areas in the park. All 3 plants lose their leaves in winter. People commonly come in contact with the urushiol in the sap of these plants in three ways: by touching their roots, stems, or leaves, by touching something else that has come in contact with urushiol, like an animal ball or garden tool, and by allowing airborne urushiol particles released when poisonous plants are burned to reach their skin. A rash will usually develop within 12 to 48 hours, following contact with urushiol. Although the rash can appear to spread from one part of the body to the other, in truth it doesn't. It simply takes longer for the rash to appear in some parts of the body than on others, depending on the thickness of the skin. Prevention is always the best cure. Over-the-counter barrier creams that keep urushiol from penetrating the skin can offer some protection, but it's best to simply learn what poisonous plants look like and avoid them. Don't play sports near them, and keep pets away from them as well. If you think you've come into contact with a poisonous plant, doing the following may help. Immediately rinse all exposed parts of your body with water from a stream, lake, or garden hose. Wash with soap if possible. Wash your clothes as soon as possible too, as well as any outdoor gear that may have come in contact with urushiol. If a rash develops, relieve the itching by taking cool showers and applying calamine lotion. Yes, we have that in Europe as well. While scratching will not spread the rash, contrary to popular belief, it may cause an infection as your fingernails may harbor bacteria, so try to avoid it. Forest fire prevention, please don't burn. It's up to the people, blah, blah, blah. While some fires are started by lightning, the most devastating fires tend to be started by human carelessness. It's a good thing we don't smoke. People who smoke, we don't, should refrain from doing so when enjoying the Moon Lake State Park. Fireworks and firearms of any kind are strictly prohibited, except when the danger of fire is extremely high. Check your friendly park ranger. Campfires are allowed in the park. Okay. The easiest way to prevent forest fires is to use common sense. Never start a campfire unless you have a supply of water or sand readily available to put it out. Never leave a campfire unattended, and when you put your fire out, do not leave the area until the ashes are cool to the touch. A steady breeze can fan hot embers into flames, so be particularly careful on windy days. The spark from an engine or even the heat of an exhaust pipe can be enough to ignite dry grass, so all motorized vehicles must stay on the road while within park boundaries and must be parked only in designated parking areas. Off-road driving of any kind of motorized vehicle is strictly prohibited at all times. Most of the trees in Moon Lake State Park range in age from 70 to 100 years old. Don't let 1 minute of carelessness destroy what it took nature decades to create. They're not particularly old then. I mean, 100 years is nothing. Treat the woods as if they were your home. So to thousands and thousands of plants and animals, that's exactly what they are. Yep. Okay, park regulations. I think we saw those. Boating, yeah, we saw those. Okay, nature slideshow. Are we ready? Ooh, white-tailed deer. I really like this. This is really well done. Peregrine falcon. Wood ducks. Red squirrel. Moon lake during fall. Oh, that's really lovely. Another spectacular moon lake sunset. Moon lake glowworm. Okay, back. So I think we've seen it all. What's in here? Can we open this? Yeah, let's close this. I have no idea what this is. Oopsie, I didn't mean to. Okay, so do we have the test kit? Yes, we do. So let's listen to this tape that we've got. Bird calls. Okay, 4. Okie dokie. So let's go back to Old MacDonald had a farm. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. So we will just go to sleep because tomorrow we will look into this well situation. But the music is somewhat foreboding, isn't it? Just imagine that something will happen tonight. Do we still have the water? Because I'm going to use this to prime the well. Okay, let's just go to bed in the AM. Okay. So, can I please go down? Thank you. So we're going to do this. No water is coming. Okay, so let's prime the well then. Okay, then let's take a look at the bucket. Oh, you idiot! You were supposed to. Oh, oh, come on. Let's do this again. Let's test it, darling. That's what we came for. So now we've got this vial full of water. Now what we need to do is we need to go back to post it out. I would really like to know what kind of a distance she's covering there. How far apart are these two places? Oh, his dog is there. Ooh, hello. Yes, you're the goodest boy. I want to pet the dog. How come I can't pet the dog? This game is stupid. Mm, they won't let us pet the dog. Who came up with that lame idea? Okay, so let's talk to this lady in the... Oh, yes. Let's talk to the lady in the Emporium. M. We need to talk to the bird guy because we want sandpaper off of him. Howdy. Oh, okay. Whatever. Keep on trucking. So she's not from Pennsylvania. She's from down south. He's not there, so we'll have to come back in the PM. I hope he will give us the sandpaper. I will. I'll be sanding like there is no tomorrow. Go on, do some sanding. You're supposed to. Good heavens, Nancy. Yes, I know. Ugh. Okay, now what? Okay, that was kind of a letdown. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's turn Lucy. Lucy once. Then we turn Xander. Then we turn Iggy. And then we turn Vitus. Okay, that didn't really do anything now, did it? Clickety click, bark. Let's see what happens when we reach. So the hour hand is always stuck, isn't it? So sorry, the minute hand is always stuck. Okay. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do, and it really didn't help either. Okay. Um, Maybe we should review our to-do list. Okay, let's see. What have we here? Moving the dog statues in the living room changes the pictures in the clock. It does. What? I bet the poem in the kitchen is the solution to the dog puzzle. I just need to associate each dog with a season and a symbol. And point the dog to the correct living room wall. What? How? Okay, let's check. Um, Process of elimination. When all of them look forward, we see deer. Um, okay, let's go back and read the poem one more time. Oh, isn't that music great? Let's see. Um, there's a poem. Okay, so swans are the summer. So Xander is swan. Autumn's call brings out the deer that would be Iggy because Iggy was born in November. So that's deer. And when winter comes and birds take flight, okay, if we have some kind of bird, it would be Vitus, and if it's some kind of spring thing, then it's Lucy. So let's see. Now, when all of them are turned to the front, we see deer, right? Deer, yes. And for all four of them. Yep. Two, let's just prove this one more time. Yep. Three, four. Okay. So I don't understand what this turning them towards the right. Oh, so the deer guy, Iggy. Okay, let's see. Let's use Iggy first. Everybody else turn around, please, like so, like so, like so. When Iggy points forward and everybody else points backwards, then it's swans. Oh, Okay, so Iggy, okay, it's not all. It's just one that now has the deer. So this could be Iggy. Okay, let's see. Iggy pointing forward produces one deer and three swans. Now, then let's keep Xander pointing backwards because Xander is August and has swans. So let's move Lucy. Okay, now we've moved Lucy. Let's see if this means that we're going to get one swan, or maybe two swans actually, one deer and one something else. One swan, one bird, okay, Iggy pointing forward and Xander pointing backwards. Iggy forward, Xander backwards, and Lucy to the left. Produces one deer, one swan, one birds, and possibly one more swan. Ha! And two swans. Okay. So then let's make Vitus or Vitus move to the right. Okay, then we have Iggy, Xander, Lucy, Vitus yields one tree. One bird, one swan, one deer. Okay, now the question is, what does this give us? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Deer, tree, birds, swans. So Yeah, swans are at the back, deer are okay. But yeah, okay, so it doesn't really matter because the paintings are everywhere. There isn't one designated wall that is all deer and one designated wall that is all um yeah, trees. Yeah, okay, so that doesn't really help. Okay. Okay, so we've done this. I've got no idea what this is now supposed to do. Does this mean that now maybe, oh, maybe now the door outside opened. Let's just check if this means that we can now enter the dark um, cellar. Hmm. Didn't really do anything now, did it? Yeah, let's just go to bed because we still need to do the bird song thing. And we're not going to do this during the day, during the night, I mean. Yeah, yeah, because there's a deer here. There's a deer over there, so I think this um, trees, birds, swans, deer. It's brilliant. Nothing has actually happened. Okay. Um, this music is so Carl off. Really? You really like her? I mean, really? Like, okay. I mean, I guess she's nice, but known her all your life? I mean, seriously. Maybe you want to be a little more careful? 6, 8. Yeah, but it seems like these two people are brothers. Gab's Mulder thought that they were a gay couple, but it turns out that they're not. Yes. And also, I'm not sure if he's into any form of life that molts because spiders do molt as well. It's called molting, and I'm not sure if he likes them. Um, okay, the question is, we handed over the file a couple of 2 days ago. I wonder, is it if we go back now, will it be ready? Or should we just give it one more night? I guess we can spend one more night and then go there, because I mean, seriously. And because I would like to have this water business taken care of. I really wonder how she hydrates anyway at the moment, because how she's hydrating in the house, because she only has this one bottle of water and we use this to prime the pump. So at this stage, she's probably, completely dry and almost dying. So let's just get this sorted. Hopefully, Ranger Acres has some good news for us. Uh, yeah. Oh, Yogi isn't there. Cry. The deer mouse. I mean, it's kind of cute and stuff. Yes. This is the tick. They're not cute. They have 8 legs, so they are spiders actually. Yay. So let's talk to our ranger. No, I want to go back. And I want to know if there is any chance he may have our thing. Hello, Acres. Where's Yogi? Yeah, yeah. What delusions of grandeur do you have, young man? So now we know why we need to know about Roman numerals, because we were wondering why. Now we know, so there is something good for everything. So let's just, so that's the box. So we're not, that we didn't look into earlier. Okay, so we're just going to take a little break right now. So we're just going to save. Um, Save. So, got myself something to drink. Need to ensure that I'm hydrated, even if our dear Nancy probably isn't. So, continue game. Okay. Let's do a little refresh. I used to be able to read these no problem. Um, da, 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 da. So this is 1908, this is 1904, this is 1911. So this is 1900. So we're gonna, how do we move this? Ah, so this goes here. Uh, okay, how do we move them? Can we put this into the, okay, so how does this work? Okay, so MCM is 1900. So MCM, this is 1908, this is 1904, this is 1910, and this is 1911. They are in the right order. No, they're not. This one needs to change places with this one. Okay, I'm not getting this, but This is 1913. This is correct. And this is 1919. This is also correct. This is 1960. This is 1914, 13. Okay, this would go to, this is 1970, 1969, 1951. Okay, so let's sort these out first. Let's do each row. So this is 1900. This is correct. This is 1913. This is correct. This is 1915. So this is incorrect. So here we're looking for 1920, which would be MCMXX. Do we have MCMXX anywhere? So this is 1960. This is completely incorrect. Let's put this here. Ah, okay. This is how this works. So this is now 1915. So here we have 1913, 1914, 1915, 1917, and 1919. This row is correct. Here we've got 1900, 1904, 1910, 1900, 1904, 1908, 1910, 1911. This row is correct. Here we've got 1913, 1914, 1915, 1917, and 1919. This one's correct as well. We start with 1920. But this is 1960, so this is incorrect. So here we've got 1932, 1939, 1950. This is incorrect. So we're looking for M. Okay, this is 1925. Oh, that was quick. Okay, this is the easy mode. Okay, so how do we read? Ah, here we can read this one. Okay. The Lewiston Gazette, 1925, is a gangster about to become Moon Lake's newest resident? Rumors are flying thick and fast that Mickey Malone, a self-proclaimed captain of industry, with far more ties to gambling and smuggling than to legitimate businessmen, is building a house on the north shore of Moon Lake. He sure is, darling. The rumors started last June when the 10-acre property on which the house is being built was purchased by Philadelphia Duds and Suds, a company owned by Malone, which is widely believed to be merely a front for his criminal undertakings. Secrecy has shrouded the project ever since construction began in October of last year. Four men and a locked gate block the driveway leading to the site. Unauthorized persons and vehicles are summarily turned away. Day and night security guards patrol the heavily wooded lakefront property. Several large trucks strategically parked obscure any and all views of the site from the water. Even the workmen have been sworn to silence. When asked if Mickey Malone was indeed building a home on Moon Lake, Waldo Matthias, we saw his grave, the agent spearheading the Department of Justice's investigation of Malone's activities, had only this to say: "If he is, I suggest I live it up. He live it up while he can, because the place we're going to be sending him to ain't on no beach, and he's going to be there for a really long time." Mr. Malone could not be reached for comment. Okay, how do we back out? Okay. Gangster nabbed at Moon Lake residence. Mickey Malone arrested right at his luxurious Moon Lake property. Well, it's not that luxurious, is it? Mickey Malone, a Philadelphia businessman in inverted commas, long considered by police to be a bootlegger and a racketeer, finally felt the sting of the sword of justice when he was arrested this morning at his house in Moon Lake. In pajamas. Uh-huh. So attack dogs. So we've read this one, this one, this one. The Belfont Star War Takes. Philadelphia mobster dies in Leavenworth. Michael Mickey Malone died yesterday of liver failure in the federal penitentiary at Leavenworth, Kansas, at the age of 52. Born in Newark, New Jersey in 1889, Malone owned and operated Philadelphia Duds and Suds, a chain of laundromats and dry cleaners that allowed him to disguise and disperse the money he made as a racketeer. Oh, there's one up here as well. Uh, oh, dragging ban is a drag for Pennsylvania treasure hunter. That's gold in them there sandbars. Life and Leisure, August 1997. At least that's been the experience of Emily Griffin, owner of M's Emporium on Moon Lake in central Pennsylvania. For the past 10 years, she has been dragging a heavy net back and forth along the bottom of the lake, uncovering and bringing to the surface relics from the past, probably 1920s. I've dredged up everything from diamond tiaras to skeleton keys to full bottles of French cognac, said Griffin. It just blows my mind what those people would drop back then and never bother going back for. She was referring to the wealthy guests of gangster Mickey Malone, who built a home on the lake in 1925 and threw large raucous parties along almost every weekend. Because his guests would travel to and from the house by boat, personal items were lost overboard with great frequency. Okay. Miss Griffin estimates that she has made close to $20,000 selling her finds to antique hunters and tourists, but last week her windfall came to an end. The county in which Moon Lake is located passed an ordinance making the recovery of objects from the lake bed illegal. The ban arose from the fact that the bottom of Moon Lake is composed of unusually fine sand. When disturbed, it clouds the water, sometimes for days, posing a threat to the aquatic plants and fish that otherwise thrive there. Park Ranger Jeff, okay, I totally side with Jeff Akers here, who oversees the state parks surrounding the lake, initiated the ban. The eco balance of Moon, that was 1997, people. of Moon Lake is simply too delicate to ignore, he contends, but Miss Griffin begs to differ. The whole thing's just plumb ridiculous. You know what all that stuff down there is doing right now? It's rusting, rotting away, polluting the water. Heck, by getting it out of there, I'm doing the county a favor. Septic Roadshow. Unfortunately, the county doesn't see it that way, and it appears that Miss Griffin will have to abandon what had become a pleasantly profitable hobby. Oh, I don't know, she shrugs. I can still sell the stuff that washes up on shore, and what happens, you know, especially after a good storm, so I may be down, she says, eyes twinkling, but I ain't necessarily out. So Monday nights on the plumbing broadcast service. Check your local listings for broadcast times. Okay. The Septic Roadshow. So let's just check one more time. Okay, nothing. So we'll just leave, I guess. How do we get out of here? I want to leave, please. Ah, here we are. Yay! Close the lid. Leave. 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 Has Yogi reappeared while we were reading? No, that's just not. Maybe have you taken the time to actually ring them? Actually, that's to to be quite honest, I would love to get one of those pins, and I would put it on my rucksack because I think it's kind of cute. Let's go home. Shall we just, because I'm not going to go for so long today, let's just see if we can get one of those birds recorded. A picture taken, I mean. So we're here, so we take left, right, right, left, left, right, left. Let's try to get to this red bird. Okay, the cardinal song. The question is, where is it? There it is. Let's take a picture. Do we have a camera? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. I'll just navigate my inventory straight to where it should be. Oh, that's it. We can't go any further to turn back. That's a raven. We did it. We took a picture of a goldfinch. Why is the music turning ominous? What's happening? There's the standing stone. Where are we again? Um, Stone pillar. I have to take a left. Fallen tree, that's where we are. So we now need to take a right and then a left again. Blue jay. So we've got a bluebird, we've got a blue jay, we've got a goldfinch. If we go back and then, so we turn back, then we take a right, then a right again, and we follow this, we should get to the red bird. Take a right and then a right again, and then we follow this, we should get to the cardinal. This bird is annoying and elusive. This music. Fallen tree. There were no birds anywhere else. Let's try if we can get this. Let's try if we can get this cardinal. I guess not. Let's just go home then. We have 2. It's not too bad for our first outing. Oh, we went the wrong way. We have to turn around. So at the fallen tree, we need to go this way. Yeah. Got photo of blue jay. Noisy. Got photo of American goldfinch. Some birds are flying away. Check with red to see what I'm doing wrong. Malone arrested. Okay, was an unlucky day. Dun, dun, dun. Help Ranger Akers. Yeah, we've done that. Give Frank and Joe Hardy a call. Yeah, then let's call these 2 dudes. Oh. Okay, so we need to ask Red what we can do to keep um this bird interested. I suspect it's got something to do with this. Maybe use it to attract it somehow, like maybe this reflects light or something. So, but we'll call it a day for today, and we will continue this some other time. So let's save 5, save, and I hope that now there isn't a lag between audio and video. Thanks for watching. Bye.